Here we are with another AVAX update video, which I hope you enjoy. Indeed, given the recent severe decrease, let us check the AVAX chart. Did you happen to watch yesterday's public broadcast? No, this was a member live stream. Assuming you participated in the stream, then you've probably already seen the revised chart, as we were forced to make some changes in response to the huge sell-off. The modifications to the lower support area remained untouched. Due to this, all I had to do was the strong downward movement proved the immediately bullish scenario erroneous, yet I must concede that it was not completely invalidated. Rather, the optimum support region was broken. Therefore, it is wise to consider the lower support here. Currently, the key support zone that we can follow here for further upward movement, which was previously a lower support region. Keep going. As a result, in these conditions, the price has fallen within the yellow support zone. Additionally, I am waiting for a response. The response appears to be taking place, as you are aware. The argument here is that we may be facing a B wave or wave 2 slump. For the time being, it doesn't matter which one. Those who are more optimistic would undoubtedly choose the white count. Along with the yellow count, a basic A, B, and C structure may be built. Even so, the price is expected to grow significantly, regardless of whether it does, regarding our current reaction to this support zone. Although I don't expect a test at $13.40 is a support zone where we can see reactions at $30.24, $18.80, $13.40, 0. In a summary, we can expect more upside in the yellow count, a C wave, or the white count, a third wave rally, as long as the price remains above $13.40, 0. Very good. So here's the most simple scenario. Okay, we remain optimistic. The market stays bullish. Nothing consistently optimistic remains below $13.40. We need to be cautious. However, I have already maintained that I do not believe we will go to that level. The aim is to take a step back to mend problems. If there is a trend reversal, the one thing we can't forecast ahead of time is, will the current correction on the chart mark the end of wave 2? Another option is that it will extend into a more typical ABC form, paving the way for a second, larger alternative wave which I will highlight in red. Thus, that is the unknown. It's difficult to say. Being tactically and strategically aware is the only surefire way to deal with doubt. Knowing, okay, what's the relevant support zone is the first step in tackling the situation strategically. Very good. Placed in lime green. Very good. Some positions in the support zone may be added by me in a B wave rally, for example, if the market becomes available to profit, especially if the rise appears to be corrective. The structure is occasionally very clear, like an ABC diagram. Maybe it's a good idea to cash out or sell when the market makes a profit so you can reinvest lower in wave C. However, it should be. There's a chance it will go straight. The possibility of it rising increases once we can track an impulse. You should not sell everything just in case the market has an impulsive rally. After all, it isn't for that reason, event or scenario. Would you agree? This is the primary basis for our position that it is permissible to take partial profits when the market allows it for purchases in support zones. However, tactics not greed, but yes, keeping an eye on the structures are your only real options for dealing with such volatility. Having said that, if the red count is obvious, which is being followed naturally, I will notify you if I come upon it. However, based on Bitcoin and other charts, I would consider the likelihood that wave 2 has ended. If wave 2 closes at $24 or somewhere about here, I believe we have already seen the bottom, or we may see one more low, but I remain bullish on the market as a whole. Now that wave 2 is over, wave 3 can begin. The cost should be at least $480. That is a significant undertaking, to say the least. We shall track the progression of events. If wave 2 resets lower based on the red count, it will have a huge impact on the subsequent upside objectives. Thus, we will undoubtedly need to change the target range. To begin with, it is clearly a setback. Currently, we are experiencing a 3-wave downward trend. This should be classified as a wave, then a B wave, and finally a C wave descending. It might be WXY or ABC. Even if it sinks a little lower, we can use this structure to determine what level needs to be maintained. A break above that level indicates that we've reached rock bottom. So what I want to do is take a brief break before heading to the B wave peak. I don't have a really exact micro count here, therefore I'd like to watch the C wave duration instead. If we can break through the 50% retracement level, which is currently at $42.15, would indicate that we have reached rock bottom. Is set up, and only then can we investigate whether this is the proper tally. I see. Could this be the red number, which is more aggressively bullish the white count, or something else entirely? However, we may not detect the difference at first, especially if this red wave represents a 5-wave shift. It's also possible that the white count is seeing a surge. This suggests that following a corrective retreat and 5 waves above first resistance around $42 will receive the next setup, which will also include a support level. As a result, even if it's just a red B wave pullback, anyone could perceive a 1 or 2 setup that leads to a white count rally, because everything is possible. Therefore, if you are considering taking advantage of those opportunities, when I have a chance, I will add them to the chart. The price has slipped into support, but it is still too early to call bearish. The bottom may be in, or there could be another bottom. Of course, AVAX might create another low, but this is unnecessary. That is, in my opinion, critical. You should also be aware that a bottom has formed when prices exceed the $42.10, which is barely below $42. I updated you about AVAX. My hopes rested on the update. It would be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe, leave a comment, and like this. Thank you for stopping by the Grap Coin YouTube account. Cut ties.